Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell. You'll get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And when I'm not asking Bruce, hey, how big was Batista's? Well, you know. One of the things I like to do is help people save money. And if you're watching this video right now and you're in a 30-year loan, man, you're overpaying your single biggest bill and you may not even realize it. I want you to do a little experiment for me. Take your calculator out, multiply your monthly house payment by 360 payments. That's how many payments there are in a 30-year loan. That big scary number, that's your total of payments. You're looking at that number? You know you can do better. Keep more of your own money right now and go to savewithconrad.com. Or maybe you've got credit card debt. Man, it's not a matter of if I can save you money with that. Your average interest rate on a credit card is more than 20%. And by the way, all the interest you pay on those credit cards, it's not tax deductible. Whereas the mortgage interest, well, that is tax deductible. So if you owe this debt, it's up to you how to pay it back. Doesn't it make sense to get the cheapest rate possible and the greatest tax deduction possible? Find out how much money you can save right now for free at savewithconrad.com. You don't need perfect credit. Even scores in the 500s can be approved, and it's no cost out of pocket. But maybe best of all, we're licensed in more than 40 states. We can help more families than ever before. But how much can we save you? Find out right now for free with a quick quote from savewithconrad.com.
What happened when?
WHW Monday. And now, let's go to the ring. And here's your co-host. Hey, it's Conrad Thompson.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson, and you're listening to What Happened When? With the voice of your childhood, Tony Schiavone. Tony, what's going on, man? How are you?
How are you, buddy? What's going on with you?
Man, better than I deserve. Excited to be with you. Excited about 1986. Excited about Jim Crockett Promotions. It's going to be a great episode today. Tony, Tone. New in your world.
Let's see. Nothing.
That's about right.
Just traveling every week now. Doing live shows, and that's changed.
Cool for you, man. A guy like you, I think there was a song Ludacris wrote years ago. I got hoes in different area codes, and now you're back on the road and you're able to service them all. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you for that. Sure wish that was part of my life, but it's not.
You know, I want to give a peek behind the curtain right now, if that's okay.
Okay, let's do it.
You don't like to have fun or do fun things anymore. And recently when I was hanging out with a couple of friends of ours, well, I guess I'll say mine. I don't know that they're really your friends, Cassio Kid and Dave Silva.
Yeah.
We heard a rap song. And I guess we had heard it a long time ago.
Yeah.
But we had never really listened to the words. But Cassio and I in particular were in tune with this particular beat.
I understand. Okay.
And he said, the performer said something, and I said, huh? Now, I don't know if you remember, but this piece of shit station used to be on TBS. Now, of course, they're not now. They're a wonderful station. We know that. And they're going to be even better on Fridays. Am I right?
Yeah.
Anyway, the deal is, they used to play Andy Griffith reruns a lot.
Right.
And as a kid, I remember that because my dog, whatever dog we had, because we had several, because my mom killed them all. The dogs would turn their head when they heard that whistle.
Mm-hmm.
And they would just look at the TV and just flop it back and forth. It's probably how, when Lois looked at you, you're doing a what? A podcast? And that's going to pay for a wedding? And what? And you yell motherfucker and you sing rap song. Anyway, so I do that to these lyrics and I look at Cassio and he's doing the same thing. And I just said, oh God, if Tony loves me at all, he'll do it one more time and we'll put it behind a paywall so nobody can ever hear it. Except for, a few thousand people who are on patreon.com/WHW Monday. And you said, I don't want to piss you off, but nope, never doing that again. Sorry. So since that was my plan for today, I'm going to throw it to you, Tony. What do you want to talk about today?
World Championship Wrestling, 7/19/1986. This is going to be one of the shows where we've got not a studio show, but an arena show.
Because
the Great American Bash is underway.
come on with it.
We didn't have a chance to stop by the studios because we had something going on every night. Not so sure where this was recorded, but maybe at the beginning when I'm talking, we can find out. But
okay.
Anyway, so this aired on the 19th. We were more than halfway through the Great American Bash. Still to come in this great year, the Rock and Roll Express Super Summer Sizzler Tour. And then, unfortunately, after that in the fall is when we have Magnum's accident. But I'm not so sure. We might have, and I didn't peruse through it, we might have one of the best of 7 in here. I'm not sure. Between Magnum and Nikita Koloff.
This is going to be fun, Tony. I love 96, and this one in particular. I feel like we're getting just ramped up for the Great American Bash and the whole tour. And by the way, as a reminder, you get a little more, you get a little extra cheese on your Whopper, as Jim Ross likes to say, over at patreon.com/WHW Monday, because we got something pretty cool coming up that I don't want to spoil. I don't want to jinx, but man, we've been working on it for a long time, and I think it's finally going to come to fruition this week.
Great.
So pretty excited about that.
All right, good.
Oh, also too, before we get going, we sometimes share anecdotal things here on the show. I'm sure you're familiar with that. That rings a bell. A few weeks ago, we told an old story. Gosh, it was probably, I don't know, 20 years old.
Okay.
About a little escapade where, well, maybe it was a mishap. Maybe that's the better phrase. That happened when someone was ironing a shirt.
Yeah, I remember that clearly, vividly.
So let me tell you a story about your friends, not my friends. My friends wouldn't do this, but I recently had to take the old family beach trip. Every 4th of July since I was a little kid, my parents go to Panama City Beach. And this year it wound up, I had both of the girls that time. And I said, boy, that'd be cool. Even though I was out of town, I remarked to Megan, hey, it'd be cool if the girls were able to go to the beach with my parents. And that turned into, oh, we're all going and you're going to find us a place 4th of July week. And I'm like, no, I don't really want to go to the beach 4th of July. That would not be fun. That would not be enjoyable. It'd be more people than I want to be around. And it's last minute, so we'd probably have to rent a condo. I don't want to do that. So we wound up going to the beach and staying in a piece of shit condo. Of course, that's how my life has changed since I've been married, Tony. You didn't give me any fair warning that this is how it would be, but this is what's happening in my life now. And of course, when I get there, anybody who's ever stayed at a condo in a beach town on the 4th of July knows you're going to park across the goddamn street. You're going to fight for every parking spot you ever get. And then when you finally schlep all your luggage across the street, the elevators won't work. And you'll be 24 flights in the air. You'll have to lug your goddamn suitcase up, 24 sets of steps. And then when you get there, you'll have a 37-digit code to open the door. Yeah, it was just... And then, of course, after you've had this long travel day, you're going to sit on your porcelain throne, take a big slam, and on your very first effort, clog the toilet, and feel like, boy, this must have been a whole situation if I'm having to plunge on my first one, and then realize, oh no, it's like a perk of staying here. You plunge it every time, whether it's a 1 or a 2, because the elevators don't work, and goddamn, the toilets don't either. So that was what I was dealing with. And then I'm so excited to get the fuck out of this godforsaken goddamn condo and come the fuck home. And when I get home, I don't know who's more excited that I'm home, me or the dogs, but it's probably me. But all the girls seem to be pretty fired up too that we're finally back. Plop my big ass down in my recliner in my living room, and you can set your fucking clock too at 10, 9, 8. And here comes Morgan with the little. And here's something you might not know about me, Tony. I don't like that. I don't like the whole. I mean, I just paid $7 fucking grand to be Rapunzel so you could ride the roads and go get fucking Dippin' Dots, Morgan. Put some fucking bass in your voice. What's the problem? And next thing I know, Megan springs up and scurries with her, and they go downstairs. And for a moment, I'm almost like, you know what? I'm glad I didn't hear the whisper because I didn't want to fucking go downstairs. I've been climbing fucking stairs all week. I'm done with that. And Megan comes up, and it turns out, Tony, we got a whodunit. I want your 2 cents.
Oh, whodunit.
So while we were gone, I got a text from Cassio Kid. Hey, buddy, what are you doing today? He knows good and goddamn well I'm in hell at the beach, but it's 4th of July. What do you do? What are you doing today? And I just go ahead and make it easy for him.
Yeah.
And I said, Cassio, there's nobody at the house. If you'd like to use the pool, help yourself. Make yourself at home. I know the deal.
Yeah.
Listen, if you're listening to this, you just need to understand, if you're going to step out and you're going to buy a house that has a pool, or maybe you're going to be dumb enough to put a pool in, all of a sudden you're going to have a whole lot of new friends. Now, in fairness, Cassio and Judy know where things in my house are that I don't know.
Oh.
They've been here almost as many times as I have, and I'm fine with it. So I was like, yeah. Oh, and by the way, I forgot to pull the SUV in the garage. Would you mind pulling the SUV in the garage? No problem. So it's an easy deal. Now, fast forward. And Megan says, hey, is it okay if Dave and Heather bring the kids over to go swimming? And I'm like, yeah, absolutely. Again, I'm out of town. No one asked me. Fast forward now. Megan stomps back up the stairs and says, who's been over here? And I said, what? She said, who's been in our house? And I said, what? Duh. Cassio, Judy, Dave, Heather, brother, and sister, which is what they call their kids, brother and sister. That's weird, but let's go with it. Brother and sister.
Or they have a monastery?
Exactly.
Okay.
She says, yeah, who else? Well, that's it. Why are they over here? Baby, they asked your permission to come swim on 4th of July. You said yes. They posted pictures on goddamn Instagram. We weren't here. You let them come over. What's the problem? And she said, well, one of them shit in the floor. I said, hang on. Run that past me more. It's a long travel day. We've been through a traumatic experience here. We're never going back. What do you mean one of them shit on the floor? She said, I mean what I said. I just cleaned the shit up. It was about 6 inches shy of the toilet. And I said, well, that's fucking Dave Silva. She said, why is it Dave Silva's fault? I said, well, hang on. Are you suggesting it's Cassio and Judy's fault? Are you suggesting it was Cassio and Judy? They won't shit in front of each other. Cassio to this day has never heard Judy fart. And as a matter of fact, everybody has heard their wife fart 5 years in. By God, Megan farts in her sleep. It just happens. This sidebar. I tried to negotiate the naming rights to a racehorse about 2 months ago. Did I tell you this, Tony?
No.
I tried to, and Scott, who arranges some of our hotels and whatnot for our events and get-togethers and Starcasts and all that, he is in that world. And he said, hey man, posted to our group chat, this is like a rich dude thing. Maybe Conrad wants to know, you win this auction, you can name your own horse. I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm in. So I start bidding, and my plan was, they thought I was going to name the horse Save with Conrad or Ad Free Shows. No, I was going to name the horse Megan Farts in Her Sleep. Because I wanted, and I know this horse is going to lose, right? They wouldn't be auctioning off the naming rights if he was a fucking winner, right? He's a loser, but I don't care.
Right.
I think it would be great to hear bringing up the rear, Megan Farts in Her Sleep. No. Come on, coming around turn 3, Megan Farts in Her Sleep. That would be tremendous. So anyway, I pivot back to this, and I'm like, do you think, Megan, that it's Cassio or Judy? They didn't even fucking fart in front of each other. Now they're taking floor plops in front of each other. That's not real. And she said, well, who do you think it is? I said, well, it could have been the kids. They're little. She's like, Conrad. I'm like, okay, it's Dave Silva. Now, here's why it's Dave Silva. This is real. Dave Silva is short. Did you know that, Tony?
Yeah, I did know that.
When Dave Silva sits at his desk,
Mm-hmm.
his little feet go,
Mhm.
weet, weet, weet. They dangle. They don't touch the floor.
Right.
And I believe Dave had to drop them drawers in an effort to sort of pole vault himself up there, but he had overindulged because there is alcohol at my house, as you may be aware.
Much.
And I'm sure they didn't mind helping themselves. And by the way, it's for them. As you know, I drink one bottle and the other 400 bottles are for them. But either way, there is a whodunit because someone left a shit on my floor.
Well, it is Silva.
You know it's Silva.
I knew it was Silva as you were going to this story. Didn't know what the outcome was, but if there's a whodunit and Silva's there, Silva done it.
Well, that's the thing I tried to lay out to Megan because I was like, wait a minute, curb my wheel. Was that Judy? Was it Heather? First of all, I'm never going to put anything on Heather. All right. Yeah. Heather's not running around leaving plops. And there's no chance that Judy is.
Right.
And I know that Cassio is what I would call a shy shitter. That's not the case. Dave Silva sleeps sitting up and shit standing up. His thing, when your feet dangle, you have no fucking, when your feet aren't touching the floor, you're just floating through space all day long. You don't know what you're doing. And he took a giant shit in my floor. Here's the thing. I once had a guy get so damn drunk in the pool area, on that bench down there, he fell asleep like a homeless man on a bench.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
Right.
But we woke him up when he started pissing on the rug from that position. I'm just saying, I've seen things downstairs. Hell, you nearly died in that room. So I get it.
Yeah, that's
but you're taking shits in the floor? Now that to me is a little out of left field, but here's the real grievance. You didn't clean up your own shit. You literally shit in my floor and just left. You fucking drove away. You pulled your pants up. You finished fucking swimming. You climbed the goddamn hill. And then you got your car and went the fuck home and left the shit in my floor for days. I had a 7-day baked on shit.
Well, what do we got to do about this?
All I wanted, Tony, was for you to read one goddamn rap song. It would have changed it all. But I don't want to piss you off, but Silva shit in your floor. Yeah, I know. I'm looking for coping mechanisms. Why do people shit in my floor, Tony?
Why
don't they clean up their shit?
That's the question. I can understand the former.
Buddy, it happens, you know?
Yes.
It happens. The Nature Boy has shit up a wall here before.
Oh, I'm sure.
I'm fine with it. I get it, man. Shit happens. But there's no attempt or effort to clean it up at all. None. Just leave it for me.
Have you confronted our shit monster?
He's hearing about it right now for the first time. That's how I handle my business in public, if you will. He knows he's shit in my house. And by the way, Tony, you've been here. Give everybody a spoiler. What's on that toilet down there? All of them.
A bidet.
What are we doing? If you'll just shit right here, my toilet will clean your ass for you. You ain't even got a wipe with your little fucking T-Rex arms that won't reach. You could have just hit a button and it would have did it.
Well.
Or we can shit in the floor. Just let Megan figure it out when she comes home.
To connect the dots in this, he could still be living in Harlingen had it not been for you.
Dude. It's something I'll fucking live with for the rest of my life.
My God.
That I pitched. you know, and here's the thing. I had a chance to fly his kid with balloons last year and I didn't do it. I should have. How many balloons do you think it would take to get little brother off the ground? 100? 200?
50.
See? You know how much fun that would have been?
Yeah.
Making my own little personal elf on the shelf. Remember that Lionel Richie video, dancing on the ceiling? Could have redid that. The Lucha version didn't happen. And how do they repay me?
Shit on your floor and not clean it up.
And then, as if this wasn't enough,
oh boy,
I rushed back to town for what purpose? To watch the Conor McGregor fight. Because I got texts all week. Hey, you're gonna be back in town for the Conor McGregor fight? Hey, we're gonna watch the fight together. I get that kind of shit all week. So I'm like, yeah. So leaving plenty of time. You want to know who didn't come to my house to watch the Conor McGregor fight?
Dave Silva.
Cassio, Judy, Heather, Dave, brother and sister. All the people who have no problem coming over when I'm not here have no problem asking, am I going to be here to watch a fight that they don't have to pay for? Now they're so ashamed after they've taken a floor plop. They wouldn't even show up. By the way, the fight was fantastic.
Was it?
Well, the main event was cut short because Conor broke his ankle, but the rest of the undercard was really, really good. Really, really good. And the hype around the main event was good, but you know, a lot of times stuff doesn't live up to the hype. And this was one of those.
Yeah.
Conor got his ass kicked for most of the round, but then he broke his foot. So there you go. So Tony, that's what I've been up to. And from what I understand, I got multiple reports because, you know, I got stooges on the road with y'all. You probably know a few of them.
Yeah, I sure do.
But there's a few new ones that are there, as you're aware of, and they're paying attention.
Okay.
They're listening. They're watching. And they tell me that they were born with 2 eyes and 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. So they gather the information and they bring it to me.
All right.
What I've seen is, what I've heard is, what the stooges are saying is, you've been cheating on your wife a lot, Tony.
You've been, you really want to do this rap song, don't you?
No. I just want to hear about you. And listen, I'm going to start naming their names unless you're just going to give me something. Give me some dirt. Give me the scoops. Give me some backstage. Give me the quote unquote office. Give me something good here.
A bunch of us went out
to
a sushi place on South Beach.
That gets them going.
And a number of us had way too much to drink.
Okay.
And we had so much to drink that we just started randomly trying to FaceTime people that we shouldn't have. Fortunately, no one picked up, but I did get a number of texts the next day. Like, say, did you really mean to FaceTime me at midnight? And I went, yeah. And then I was told, if you answer those texts, Schiavone, and throw me under the bus to say that I was the one who made you send out those FaceTimes, then I'll never speak to you again.
Well, first of all, just based on you telling the story, I already 100% know who the FaceTimer was, because that person sometimes FaceTimes me. And I have to look around and read the room at my house and say, internally, this is my internal dialogue, if you will, humor me. Am I going to be okay if I answer this from this person at this time of night? And with that exception, the answer is always, yep, let it go to voicemail. So I've gotten it before, but I've never answered it because I kind of like being made to go to piece of shit condos and feel like Rapunzel, some 24 flights in the air. And can't get down because the elevators don't work and the toilets are clogged. You know, I should have taken a shit in that floor down there. If there was any floor shitting going on, it should have been me.
Okay.
So how did it wind up? You took the heat?
Took the heat, yeah.
Why do we do that? Why do we let them abuse us, Tony? Let them abuse us.
I don't know. Well, I had a I had a lot of martinis in me, and
really?
yeah, and and then of course do the show, and we do some extra matches, and I do like 15 extra matches, and so by the time I wake up on Thursday morning, my voice is shot.
Oh.
So I will never go out with the gang again.
Oh, listen to you. Never. You'll be there within a week. Listen, man, that thing's undefeated. You hear me? It's undefeated.
So I had a great time, great friends, great people. I had a very good. It's a good group of people that goes out. It really is.
I don't know about that.
Okay, some of them are good.
Yeah,
most of them are good.
2 out of 3 ain't bad. Hey, real quick, if you were me, and yes, folks, we are going to watch 1986, but this is the only time I get to talk to Tony.
Yeah.
I realized once upon a time that Tony was my friend, and now I realize he's only my friend when we click record and we're getting paid for what we're doing. So I get him in these little increments, and I try to make the most of our time together and catch up. 2 things. 1, can't say that on the air. 2, if you were me, how would you handle the whole Dave Silva Casio kid, someone shit the floor who done it? What would be your advice?
My advice would be to bring them all over, invite them for a cookout.
Okay.
Okay.
I like this. Let's do more work on my part. I like that plan so far. Check it out.
Hey, there's no work on your part.
Okay.
Have it freaking catered with bartenders like you usually do.
Okay.
Okay. As you will. And then have them each go into the bathroom and shit on the floor.
Oh, ask them to.
Yes. And then
compare
the turd that you saw to the turd that you're going to see. And, you know, the turds are like fingerprints.
Can I give you a spoiler?
Yeah.
You know, Megan has more degrees than a thermostat, right?
Yeah.
You know, Megan's real life is she owns a medical research company where they do drug trials. So if you see like a commercial on TV and they're like, do you sometimes have trouble going to sleep, but wouldn't mind shitting your pants and having nonstop headaches for the rest of your life? Well, try our new pill. Fuck it all. That type deal.
Right.
Megan collected the stool.
Oh, I knew you were going to, and put it in a little baggie.
And she's running tests now.
DNA test.
Yes, we are going to know.
Yeah, but
very shortly. Is this a shit that originated in Gadsden, Alabama? Is this a shit that originated in Mexico City? Could this be a shit that originated right here in Huntsville, Judy? Or, believe it or not, it is an option. Did this shit originate in Japan? There's a little known fact, a lot of people may not know this. Heather Silva was born in Japan. She's Japanese. So I'm wanting to know now on our squares board we're running in our group chat, who you got?
I know who I got. You didn't have to go through all of that stuff. You didn't even, when you said someone shit on our floor, you didn't have to go into the whole story.
You knew it was Dave Silva.
Yes.
He's a known shitter, man. He's a known shitter from way back.
Yeah.
Well, Tony, I'm glad that we got to the bottom of this, and I'm hoping now we can get to the bottom of July 19th, 1986. I feel like we've got about an hour and a half. Some of the best wrestling you could find anywhere. We just need a little bit of a countdown from someone that you know very well.
I know very well, and someone I know that is a friend of mine, at least when we have too many martinis.
Let's also mention, if you're wondering, hey,
this show because y'all used to do things that were on the network, but now it's on Peacock. Nothing's on Peacock, and I can't watch along with you. And I really want to watch along with you, but I don't know what to do. Tony, the advice is look in the comments. And I know sometimes I get people who ask, hey man, I hear you saying look in the comments. I don't know where to look in the comments. How about look again? Look in the comments. And Tony, it feels like right now it's time for a little bit of a countdown.
Here we go.
I get it. It's a wrestling podcast, but he's saving us money on our mortgage. You really trust this process? The reviews don't lie. 5-star review after 5-star review. We make it fast, we make it easy, and it's no cost or obligation. Give us a shot to earn your business. I'm telling you, you'll be glad you did, especially if you like keeping more of your own money. You don't need perfect credit or money out of your pocket, so what are you waiting for? Hurry to savewithconrad.com.
We hope this person is able to count down after what happened in Miami.
Everyone smile. It's Rebel, not Reba. It's definitely Rebel. And you're about to watch one of my favorite guys. He's a big daddy fancy pants, Mr. Tony Schiavone. And get ready. This is going to be a good one because I forced him to drink a copious amount of lychee martinis last night, so he's feeling good right about now. So grab yourself a drink. And here is your weekly countdown. And 3, 2, 1, let's play.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the capital of South Carolina, Columbia, a special edition of World Championship Wrestling. You're ringside with the NWA, the Major League of Professional Wrestling.
I love that song. Doesn't get old.
It doesn't get old. You're right.
Why is that?
Well, first of all, it's a very, very good song. And number two, it's nostalgia. Brings you back. It makes you think of the time that you were young and virile and didn't have a care in your world. And you
Virile. I was 5. I wasn't virile.
I'm talking about myself. Your wife looked good. Don Kernodle.
Cool.
Wow.
Golden Terra. How about that? Jinxed each other.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, look at this ringside look. Let's chat it up.
Wrestling. I'm David Crockett, Tony Schiavone, right here in the state capital of South Carolina, like you said. Columbia, South Carolina. We have Don Kernodle and the Golden Terry in the ring right now. We've got an exciting program for him.
Oh, it's a gigantic 2 hours of wrestling here, David, and we're here, of course, with all the top stars of the NWA and Kernodle and the Golden Terror really going at it to begin the program.
All right, the chair now. Rams his head in the turnbuckle.
I don't think I need commentary on this, man.
No, this is Columbia, the Township Auditorium. This was not the arena where they had basketball, the old Carolina Coliseum. This was
this was done on the 17th, so this was only 2 days shy. So this is July 17th, according to Jim Cornette's lovely book.
Okay, so you know it's odd here thinking about this. I have no idea why Kernodle fell out of favor with the Crockett's, if in fact he did fall out of favor. And I say that because it's been well established, especially when Don passed away recently, that he was involved in one of the best angles ever in Mid-Atlantic. And this is before, of course, TBS and going national and everything. But his angle, he and Sergeant Slaughter against Youngblood and Steamboat was phenomenal and was very well done. And it led to Sergeant Slaughter going to the WWF and I don't know if you know the story of why I never did. And I do understand from the bits I read or heard that even Kernodle came up with the name Nikita Koloff.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. And so I don't, on our Patreon, and I think we put on ad-free shows too, showed when he died, showed a little bit of the great match from Greensboro that ended there at Feud. But so there was Don Kernodle, who was legit a good amateur wrestler, didn't really have the greatest personality in the world, but He made him a lot of money.
Right.
And so now here he is. So maybe they thought that it was Sergeant Slaughter that made him the money. I don't know. And Steamboat. I don't know. But if I say fall out of favor, I'm probably wrong, but they just didn't use him like they did. So don't get it.
What do you think? What do you think Golden Terror's thinking right here?
Golden Terror's probably thinking, Sergeant Slaughter is the reason that you guys, that's the reason you guys were over. I know you called it the final conflict, but I gotta sell this shit. How long do they want us to go? This whole many fucking match. Actually, I think if I'm correct, and I've been hit in the head a couple times, so right now I don't know. My name might be Gene Ligon. Yeah. See, Golden Terror is another pseudonym for Georgia Tech, and I'm a Georgia Tech fan, and I know Schiavone thinks they all suck.
I do.
But, it's funny, he used to be involved in college football. Nope. Now he's no longer in fight. Nope. The fighters about that. Oh, look at the girl's net. Look at the tits on that blonde, right? Trying to get her seat. No, Don, turn me back around. I wanted to see what that girl's doing. Oh, okay, there. Well, it's upside down, but I can see. Hope it's over so I can check her out when I drop to the floor. Whew. Maybe not. Don, I'm going to get up real slow and take a look at this. Where did she go? Oh, you got your thumb up my ass, Don. Your thumb is up my ass. Okay, I'm laying down for this one. 1, 2. Oh, shit, I got to kick out. Anybody see Gene Anderson? Is Gene Anderson standing up somewhere so we could go home? All right, fuck it. I'll just fucking fight back. How's that, motherfucker? Okay, didn't want to go home then. Check out that blonde in the front row? No. And I'll put my thumb up your ass. How's that sound? Fucker. Yeah, here comes Burlington, North Carolina, my ass. 1, 2. I'm looking right at you, sweetie. I looked right at you on that pin. You don't even know who I am because I got a mask on. If you want to, I'll wear the mask in the hotel room. Like Ric Flair is going to do about 4 or 5 years from now. They call this a front chancery, I think. All right, this match has already gone way too long. It's gone so long that Schiavone's didn't. How about the double axe handle? Schiavone's run out of shit to say. Look at that guy. Look at the shorts on that guy going upstairs. At least I don't look like that. I do have a swinging neck breaker. That should do it. That should do it. That should. I got to get up. I got it. How many times I have to get up for this fucker? And hey, how about fucking working? How about a fucking working kick or working thing or look, he's blown up and he's still fucking. I'm fucking losing to a fucking guy blowed up. He can't even pull himself up. And I've got to lose to him. I think Tommy just said, go home. Oh, good. Yeah, fuck. I should be going over this fucking match. How about that fucking... Hey, baby. I just took a little nap there for a second. What you doing? How you doing? Oh, yeah. Fuck. Jesus fucking criminy fucking. That's a... Ric Flair. He thinks he can do that move. He learned it from me. The walking dodo dance of death, falling flat first. Oh, feeling it back. Oh, I'm not selling. That really hurt. Oh, 1, 2. Oh, fuck. For God's sake, Tommy, would someone bring Gene Anderson? Fuck it out. Oh, fuck. Okay, so this show started. We were wrestling before the show started. We're about 10 minutes in. I've really earned my $35 tonight. Book. Okay. Jesus Christ, you fat ass, cover me. Get it over with. I fooled you, didn't I? Nope. Yeah, Tully said no. Tully said, I don't know why you won't go home either. Well, I won't go home because Gene Anderson hasn't come out of here. Okay. 1, 2. He thought he was going to win a dare. His little fat turds blew it up. Speaking of turds, did you hear the one about Dave Silva backslide? What the fuck happened? We wasn't even fucking counting. What do you mean my feet were tied up in the ropes? You weren't fucking counting, motherfucking out. Don't you realize you got 2 fuckers here blown fucking up? Here we go. Oh, all right. Hey, baby. How you doing? Oh, 1, 2. Okay, just a little rest hold here. 10 minutes into the fucking match. Yeah. Hey, Don, are we going home? Don, we're going home. Ooh. Hey, Don, since we're in Columbia, South Carolina, did you hear the story about, did you hear the story? You got your thumb up my ass again? Oh, thank God. This should be it. There it is. What the fuck are you doing? Where the fuck are you going? Where is he, Tommy? Hey, baby. Okay, where is he? Hey. Oh. 1, 2, 3. Fucking blow it up. Fucking piece of shit. Lost 2.
Tony, they got a long match out of that.
My God, they got 10 minutes out of that. 10 fucking minutes.
I mean, the start of the show to now, it's 10 minutes and 43 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all them.
Yeah, and not only that, they started before. Yeah, they started.
Yeah, we joined it in
progress.
Team.
Yeah, I don't get it.
And I hate that we missed Golden Terra's entrance because it was really something to see.
Yes, it was a lot of lights and a lot of flickering. And there's here we go. Bob Cottle's with us.
Crockett, it's great to be here with you on World Championship Wrestling. And let me welcome our co-host, Jim Cornette. Jim, I got to say this. Everywhere I see you and every time I see you, I see this big man, Bubba, right here with you. Why,
Rogers,
Bubba?
Big Bubba, no trouble. And I'm going to talk to some of my friends today on the program, Bob Caudle, but I'm also going to talk to one guy who's not my friend, Dusty Rhodes, American Dream, the modern-day John Wayne. You have in the recent past found out how indestructible, how invulnerable, how unstoppable Big Bubba Rogers is. Big Bubba Rogers is the toughest, the roughest, the meanest man in the face of the earth. And let me tell you that, Bubba comes from a bad neighborhood. As a matter of fact, in Bubba's neighborhood, you go in a restaurant, on the menu, they got broken leg of lamb. As a matter of fact, in the autumn, in Bubba's neighborhood, the leaves don't fall off the trees, they commit suicide. As a matter of fact, in Bubba's neighborhood, the muggers, they don't use a gun, they insert the bullets manually. And Dusty Rhodes, you have found out now how bad Big Bubba is. You tried Big Bubba, and you couldn't do nothing with him. And I'm going to say this. He told me, and he told Mama, because he still gives a regular report to Mama. He said, you know something? I don't like that Dusty Rhodes very much anymore. It's starting to get a little personal. And Dusty Rhodes, pretty soon, it may come down to the fact that the world of professional wrestling is not big enough for you and Bubba at the same time. And Big Bubba, he ain't no professional wrestler, so he don't do things the way that you're used to having them done. He'll get you one way or he'll get you another. But mark my words, he'll get you. And Baby Doll, that big fat pig that's always following Dusty Rhodes around, well, she's going to have a big flat pig snout by the time that the American Bashes are over with in Atlanta, Fulton County Stadium on August the 2nd. I promise you that, because Baby Doll, one way or another, few punches don't a war win. You're going to be mine, darling, all night long, as my good friend Rick says.
All right, and fans, we'll be right back.
I like you planted the seeds. Wrestling may not be big enough for you and Bubba. It's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Coming back now, and
here we go.
They got a big entrance. Vernon Deaton's in the ring. The Warlord is making his way to the ring, and recently we've seen Baby Doll accompanying Warlord.
I think that's why there's a big pop.
3 occasions now.
Mm-hmm.
Baby Doll and Warlord So weird seeing Warlord without his paint. It's almost like seeing Dave Silva without his pants. It's weird.
Boy, the fans are into Baby Doll, aren't they?
Oh man, she's over.
Yeah.
Well, it's because I've been getting all these cards and letters.
Well, she's got a lot of TV time. And of course,
I really need you to work into Dynamite,
Mhm.
the WWE Dynamite next week. I really need you to work in a reference to cards and letters.
What Dynamite did you just now say?
WWE Dynamite.
Stop it.
What?
Stop it. Cards and letters. Keep your cards and letters coming in. Is that what you want me to say? Or we appreciate your cards and letters?
Yeah, something like that. Just work in cards and letters, and everybody listening to this will know that that's for us. That's not for everybody else. That was for us. Thank you, Tony. You're the most baby face. You're a white meat baby. You're Hogan 88 level baby face online.
You're such a shithead.
What? Why?
I'm glad Silva's shit on your floor.
You don't want to say cards and letters? It'd be fun for us. You don't think?
So has this now, it's
because I said WWE Dynamite. Oh, that's just funny though. That's just funny.
Okay.
Ha-has. These are jokes.
Okay. And 1, 2, 3.
Oh, it's over.
Yeah. Funny ha-ha jokes. Fans popping, buddy. This was a good town. This was a good venue for us. Always.
I'm glad to hear it. We were real concerned about it at home here.
This may have been the time, because we were going to Columbia, South Carolina. I don't know. This may have been the time that Jim Cornette shit in the woods on the way down there.
Oh, really?
It could have been.
Now that feels like it could be story time. I don't think you've ever told the full story.
Oh yeah. Oh, I've told the story many times here, haven't I?
You've told it on our live shows. You normally save that, and that was a live show. Sorry.
Okay. Well, then I'll tell the story.
Now here's the thing: you have to understand. If you're going to tell a story, he's going to tell a story. While you think about it, let's listen to our pals.
In a match with the Rock and Roll Express, trying to prove who's the #1 contender for the tag team title. And I got to say this, I recognize your ability. You deserve to be in contention for the World Tag Team title. The Rock and Roll Express doesn't.
Well, Jimmy, thank you very much. But when you're trying to determine a #1 contender for anything to do with tag team wrestling, and your name's Anderson, you're the Minnesota Wrecking Crew, it's automatically understood you are the #1 contender. So we've established that going in. But what we're talking about is the last bash, Fulton County Stadium. On the 2nd, August 2nd, we're talking a bunkhouse match, which means anything goes, Rock and Roll Express. That means the Andersons can do, if we want to take our cowboy boot, take this heel, grind it in your forehead, look around out back somewhere, find a piece of lead pipe, use it on the back of your head. That's what we can do. Just remember one thing, Rock and Roll Express, the Four Horsemen do what they want to do without the NWA's consent. This time they've given us our consent, so what that means, you give us a license to steal, that's exactly what we're going to do, is steal.
Only like I told Arn, the Andersons are legends in tag team wrestling. If anybody deserves to be up there in contention, it's you guys.
No, we don't deserve to be in contention. We deserve to be the champions. And I'll tell you what, we're looking at that #1 contention as a first step. And I want you to take a look at the second step. Bunkhouse match. How stupid can the rock and roll people be? I tell you, Robert Gibson and that Ricky Morton, they had a lobotomy or something, because they've gone into a match where there are no rules. And the Andersons might cheat? Well, of course we're going to cheat. Here, you don't call it cheating, though. You call it a bunkhouse match. Anything goes. Gibson, Morton, you better have your insurance paid up, have an ambulance sitting out there. We're just dead serious, and you just might end up part of that in Fulton County Stadium.
Let's go to the ring.
All right, in the ring now, Todd.
Boy, Jim Cornette, Ole and Arn Anderson, 3 of the all-time great talkers, back to back to back. Who's this poor hapless soul here?
Oh, this is Todd Champion.
Oh my gosh, that's what I thought. I was like, wait a minute, that's not the WCW Todd Champion.
Yes, it is.
Wow.
This must be his debut. I thought it was funny that Arn had a boot and Ole had a science project in his hand. It's the damnedest thing. He just found something on his way to the set, picked it up.
I'll use this.
But when he picked it up, it had a wheel and a thing on it. It ended up being the damnedest looking thing.
So you've had a minute to think about it. Are you sure you want to tell this Jim Cornette story? Because I want to remind you that Jim Cornette has a very successful podcast of his own.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell the story because every time I tell the story, it's like a popcorn fart. It doesn't mean anything. But Jim and I were friends, and we traveled together, and some things happened, and the things that happened were they were funny. They were it was Jim Cornette being funny away from the arena. That's all it was. So there's nothing that incriminates Jim Cornette. What are you doing about?
Well, that's the theme song on whenever I see NFL highlights and I see those guys backpedaling real fast.
Uh-huh.
You know, I like to wah wah wah. Because I mean, I didn't know you could move that fast. Boy, you backpedaled so quickly there.
It's no. So here we got Crusher Khrushchev.
Crusher Khrushchev in the ring right now with Todd Champion.
He's a damn Russian. Russian.
Let me just mention this is not a good show so far.
No, it's, you know what? The studio shows were better.
Well, here's the thing. I love the promos, and the promos on the show have been good, and I love the way this show looks and feels. Like I want a crowd, but the crowd doesn't give a fuck about this. Look at the crowd.
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck about Crusher Khrushchev or Todd Champion. And these some bitches are going to go 10 fucking minutes.
Yeah.
And next up, we got Nelson Oral and a motherfucker named Mitch Snow. They're going to go 4 minutes. Then we got Tully Blanchard and Sam Houston. They're going to go damn near 10 minutes. And I can't believe this is real, but we got Ricky and Robert taking on Ole and Arn. Here's a spoiler. It ain't short. And then we'll finish with Bobby and Dennis taking on Dusty Rhodes and Magnum TA.
Wow.
We're going to go off the air hot, but God dang, it's going to be hard to get there. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm missing that studio loving.
Yeah, man.
Hey, real question. Can I ask you a question? It'd just be me and you give me a real answer and you not have to put a lot of thought into it.
Okay.
You ever get whacked off in that studio?
No.
You never got any loving in that studio?
No.
Did you ever see any of the boys take care of business in that studio?
In the TBS studios?
Yeah.
No.
Nobody ever tried to be funny and get one in there before the crowd was in there, get one in there after, get one in the back.
No, not at TBS. I've seen it in the arenas.
Well, of course.
But I've never seen it in the studios. No. I think there was a perception, and I think it was well established to the boys that you need to behave yourself while you're here, because this is different. Make sense to you?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, back in the day when you were running arena shows, how many trips to your car would you make?
Sometimes if I forget my coat, one.
Who do you think held the record for trips to their car?
Oh my God.
Would it be Ricky Morton?
Probably. Ricky and Robert in 86, no doubt. You're just looking for shit, aren't you?
No, I mean, listen, it's a 10-minute Todd Champion match. Talk about what you want to talk about. Go ahead.
No, I'm just trying to think.
Hey, did you know the night before,
shit.
or actually this same day,
yeah,
you guys had the world champion Ric Flair not here wrestling for you in Columbia, but instead he was in Kansas City, Kansas, wrestling for Central States, the dying days of Central States. And do you know who challenged him for the world heavyweight title?
Bulldog Bob Brown.
Cousin Jr.
Are you serious?
Cousin Jr.
Cousin Jr.
He also wrestled as Ox Brody, Moondog Cujo, Larry King, King Harley Hog, and Big Daddy Cyrus.
King Harley Hog.
I want to start referring to you as King Tony Hog, King Anthony Hog. Has anybody ever called you King Hog ever?
No. There'd be no really logical reason to.
You know, there was a wave that we all went through when we were children where people start naming things. You ever name your gimmick?
No.
You ever know a girl who named her boobs?
Yeah.
Oh, so tell us some fun girl boob names that you heard over the years as a single man.
As a single man.
Yeah.
Boys.
Wait. They called their boobs boys?
Mm-hmm.
That's weird.
Got to do something to adjust the boys here.
Okay. I've heard ladies say the girls.
I've heard girls too, but I've heard boys. Of course, puppies is the famous one.
Well, now that was a Jerry Lawler 90s thing. Were you saying puppies before that?
No.
Okay. So, chat me up. You never named your gimmick anything.
No.
I heard you named your gimmick Captain Crunch. I mean, let's just talk about it.
No. Look at the floor here. A wood floor. That's different, isn't it? You think usually it's a concrete floor or something like that. This is the Township Auditorium. So this was a place, as you could tell, kind of like where we just ran in Miami. It's a theater, or as Bruce Pritchard would have said, theater. Yeah. Yep. That's what it was. Well, nothing like a bear hug about 25 minutes into a show. Nothing like a bear hug.
Nothing like a bear hug.
This is a hell of a move here. I mean, you could tell how much pain Todd Champion is in. He's trying to stretch the, see, he got out of it, man. I didn't know if he could or not. And he hit him on the ears, and he sold his forehead. Look at Todd. Oh God. Well, those kids standing up, they've taken a lot of shots in them. Those kids are like really into this, man. Great crowd reaction shot. Anything else to talk about here? Anything else you'd like to talk about?
Well, we could talk about the fan who jumped in the ring at AEW.
Yeah, I'd rather not.
We could talk about how Jim Cornette attacked the fan when the fan tried to take credit and say, hey, I did it for you guys, talking about Jim and his co-host. And Kenny Omega extended an olive branch to Jim Cornette. Can you believe that? I don't know, man. Maybe we're turning a positive leaf here. Maybe wrestling's going to be a little more positive.
I doubt it.
Okay.
Oh, well, finally the end of this match. I think. I hope they're not taking a break in the middle of this thing. Did we miss the finish? Yes. Here we go.
Yeah.
Dream and his beauty baby doll. Dusty, looks like it may come down to you and that world champion.
You know, Bob Collins, she is a beauty. And Jim Cornette's finding out what kind of beauty she is. Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream. You know, anytime you put anybody in a steel cage of any kind, for any reason, it's risky business. When you put the world's heavyweight champion Dusty Rhodes in a steel cage, that's riskier business. Let me tell all the skeptics in television land, all the senators and mayors and governors throughout this country right in, Dusty Rhodes want to make personal appearances. I don't need to make personal appearances at this point in time in my career. I am on the top of my game. I'm on the prime of my game. I ain't passed nothing up, baby. And I ain't gonna pass this up. They gonna construct with handmade materials the steelest cage in the history of the world. And they gonna take the two greatest premier athletes in professional wrestling and they gonna put it inside. And Jim Crockett and Bob Geigel are gonna put up that $40,000 piece of gold just to find out if I'm really on top of my game, just to find out if I am in my prime, just to find out if Ric Flair is just plain lucky. Being world's heavyweight champion takes a mighty great man. Being able to keep it for a period of time takes even a greater man. To hold it twice, as Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream has, we don't have to talk about kind of man I am, do it, doll. We know, baby. So, on top of my game, if you will, in the prime of my profession, if you will, when Reggie steps up and hits one about 900 feet, and all them kids just watch him say, someday I'm going to be like the Reds. Well, in wrestling, they say, someday I maybe be like the Dream. Because in the cage, I will take the world's heavyweight title for the third time. And then the senators, the governors, the doctors, lawyers, and Indian chiefs will say, Dusty Rhodes, woo, he's in his prime, Daddy. He's in his prime.
All right, the American Dream. Fans, right now.
Has anybody ever said that to you, Tony, that you were in your prime?
People have said you're past your prime to me.
But nobody ever told you you're in your prime?
No.
I just assumed, you know, back when you were making Towns with the Horsemen and you pushed off of one or whatever, one of them would have went, whoo, Anthony, you're in your prime. That never happened.
No. No. Wow. Who's this young, good looking guy?
That's Mitch Snow. I just ran through this a minute ago.
Mitch Snow.
It's a terrible show, by the way.
It is. Cause now we've had Don Kernodle wrestle, right? Crusher Khrushchev wrestle, and now Nelson Royal. It's like, wow. I mean, they wouldn't book this for a house show. If you go the old house shows where they had 7 matches, and they would have like 3 preliminary bouts, a tag team bout, then they would take a break, then they'll have a triple main event. And that's how the old Crockett house shows would go. Even if they would, like if they were in Greensboro, they would even add maybe a couple more, but they would always have a triple main event, tag team match right before the intermission. They wouldn't have put those 3 matches that we've seen right now on a house show. So this is telling me that I don't know what it's telling. Well, I know what. So this was taped on the 17th. 2 days before.
Yep.
It almost seems as if either the big stars don't want to wrestle or I don't know. I don't know. Well, I know we got some big events coming up, big matches coming up in the show. So I get it, but Nelson Royal. And again, as you can see, the fans, and during this era, the fans were, as we like to say, live. They ain't into this one at all either. Talking to their neighbors, going to get something to eat, going to go pee.
Well, it's a terrible show. I mean, you guys, it's no wonder you went out of business. I mean, this is why Vince won, right?
This show?
Shit like this. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you got Ric Flair on the roster, but let's let him go to Kansas City and let him wrestle Cousin Jr. Instead, why don't we just get Mitch Snow out here and tell him to just spread eagle as close to the goddamn camera as he can? I want to see where the taint starts and the butthole begins. That's what I'm trying to figure out on old Mitch Snow. I hate this shit. Why can't we just do a fucking studio show? Stomp his ass in 2 seconds. Let Magnum get out there and belly to belly this fucking jobber, and let's get on the road. Zooming in on his taint. What are y'all doing? Are you running camera? This is you or Klondike Bill.
No.
This ain't Jackie. He wouldn't do that.
Here's another taint shot coming up.
I don't want any more taint shots. I'm all out of taint shots.
Okay. I know you've done it before, but you have to explain to us what a taint is.
It's where it taint balls and a taint ass. It's the little piece of skin in the middle. I think some other folks refer to it as the gooch.
The gooch. Huh. I'm almost tempted to call Silva, put him on the air with us here, and accuse him of shit. You know, bring Dave, Tony Schiavone. Did you leave anything at Conrad's?
Oh God, that's a great call. You know what? Why don't you just do it right now on the air? It's
Really?
better than what we're doing. He has no idea. He's going to hear about this for the first time when he listens to the show.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. Thank goodness it's over.
Okay, good. Whew. Man, I thought they were going to give us 10 minutes. Shake your hands. Yeah, fans want to see that. Boo fucking shit.
We are going to get 10 minutes out of the next one, but at least it'll be some guys that we like. Tully Blanchard and Sam Houston coming up.
Oh, well, that's a potential for a very, very good match.
That's different.
Oh, my God. He beat him with the inside roll-up cradle.
The inside cradle, baby.
How about that? Yes, man.
Oh,
we go.
Gotta hear this promo here.
Blanchard Enterprises, the administrative director, James J. Dillon, and national heavyweight champion, Tully Blanchard, and the last Great American Bash right there in Atlanta could be the best one for you guys, maybe the worst one for Ronnie Garvin.
Well, you know, Jim Cornette, it's going to be the worst one for Ronnie Garvin, old glass jaw Garvin. But, you know, I was listening to Dusty Rhodes a few minutes ago, and he wants to take down Ric Flair and take that $40,000 belt. Ronnie Garvin wants to take me down. The Rock and Roll wants to take Ole and Arn down. Everybody wants to do something to the Horseman. Well, that's fine. You keep talking, and your people keep crawling in the ring, and the Horsemen are going to keep walking out with all the glory, because that's the way it is. Ronnie Garvin, you got on national TV, and you started screaming and hollering. You're going to knock Tully Blanchard out. You're going to teach him how to fight. You're going to teach me everything. Well, Ronnie Garvin, I'm still out here on national television, and I'm still holding the National Heavyweight Championship. And you know, Ronnie Garvin, I'm still smiling. I got all my teeth. I'm not all beat up and ugly, no broken noses. So that hands and fists of stone of yours ain't quite getting the job done. But you know, where are you at? Little hurt here, little nick here, little crunch here. Well, Fulton County Stadium, Ronnie Garvin, it's going to be your end. It's going to be your Waterloo, because I'm tired of messing with you. I'm tired of the risky business boys. I'm tired of Dusty Rhodes' big mouth, Magnum TA doing this, all these guys doing this, and ain't nobody doing nothing. Nobody's getting the job done. It's all a bunch of talk. The Horsemen are where it's at. James J., can you add anything to that?
Well, I think Ronnie Garvin's going to find out that Tully Blanchard has the Great American Bash punch, because when Tully Blanchard hits him with ordinary tape around his fist, he's going to think that the Sky Jumpers have come through for a second run, but they're going to be the birds you're seeing, and you're going to think the fireworks started early, but that's just going to be the stars in your eyes. That's just how it happens to be.
And we'll be back right after this.
Tony, as we're waiting on the match to get in the ring here, did you see that your favorite Brave had season-ending ACL surgery? You muted yourself, Tony.
No, I did. You talking about Freddie Freeman?
Nope. Old Ronald
Acuna?
Yep, he gone. MRI yesterday, complete tear of the right ACL. That's a wrap on the season.
Well, there you go. Guess what? Move on. You're young. You'll have plenty of more seasons under your belt. You like these fireworks?
Yeah, they're okay, I guess.
It's time for a Great American Bash update. And now, oh, we've seen this. This is not a working punch here.
She didn't know how to do it. She just hit him for real in the damn head.
Yeah, man. She clobbered him for real there.
Here we go.
To bring you up to date with what's been happening with a Great American Bash. Well, it's simply been a tremendous success everywhere, as fans across the entire country have been.
When was the last time you called him?
Oh, it's been a while.
What's the holdup?
That's when a guy walks into a bank with a gun.
Professional wrestling is, can Magnum TA, down 3-0 in his series of matches with the big Russian Nikita Koloff, can he come back from that 3-0 deficit? Now, what a night it's going to be on August 2nd in Atlanta at 6 o'clock at Gate J. The Road Warriors and the Rock and Roll Express will be there signing autographs. Children's tickets purchased that day at Gate J will be only $5. Radio station Y106 will give the first 100 children at Gate J a free rock and roll t-shirt. All other children at Gate J will receive a free rock and roll bandana. Now at 7 o'clock, we'll have fireworks, skydiving. David Allen Cole will be there in concert. And also, this is going to kick off the Super Summer Sizzler Tour 86 of the Rock and Roll Express. You'll see in concert Ricky Morton, along with Captain Lewis and the Gator Tail Band. Now, two men that are going to really have a very busy night in Atlanta on August 2nd. Here they are, the Rock and Roll Express, Ricky Morton, Robert Gibson. Robert?
How you doing, Bob? It's all going to start right there at the American Bash, August the 2nd at Fulton County Stadium right there in Atlanta. You know, we got a bunkhouse match with the Anderson brothers, Anderson's cousins, whatever they want to call themselves. It's a bunkhouse match. I saw them guys there earlier. They had a big boot in the hand and something else in the other hand, so they're going to put us out of professional wrestling. Let me tell you something, guys. A lot of men have tried to do that. A lot of guys have failed. Right there in Atlanta Stadium, we're going to show them just what rock and roll is all about, bro.
That's right, Bob. You know, I can't wait to the Great American Bash at the Atlanta Fulton County Stadium because it is the beginning of the Rock and Roll Express Super Summer Sizzler Tour. And baby, we're coming to get down. I'm telling you what it's all about, and I can't wait again because Jimmy Cornette, before too long, baby, the NWA World Tag Team belts are going back around our waist. And the funny thing about it, there's nothing that you're going to be able to do about it. And like you said, Bob, the scissor starts off right there at Atlanta Fulton County Stadium, where you see myself and Captain Lewis and the Gator Tail Band as we step on stage, brother, and play some of that good old Southern rock, right along with one of our best friends, Mr. Dave Allen Cole. So Atlanta, get ready, baby, and hold on tight, because we are coming to explode like dynamite. Woo!
August 2nd, Atlanta's Fulton County Stadium, fans, the Great American Bash. All right, back to the ring.
All right, the Great American Bash.
We're gonna explode, Tony, like WWE Dynamite. By the way, I know you don't listen to the show, but Jim Ross and I had a big time laughing about it and talked about it a lot. So I'm not picking on Jim. It's an inside joke from our show.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not being ugly or rude. That's something that you do. You're the one who talks shit behind JR's back, not me.
No, you lie. I'm sorry. New t-shirt available at lowestrules.com. You a fucking lie, Conrad, you piece of shit.
Well, that's hurtful.
That's a lot of words to put on the front of a shirt, but I think it works.
There's a piece of shit downstairs. Yeah, being spun around as we do the DNA test. We're gonna know the nation of origin.
Spun around a turd.
It's from Japan.
Spin that turd a little bit faster.
That was Heather.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, realistically, it was probably brother, right? I mean, brother's short.
No, it was Dave.
Yeah.
Come on.
I was trying to fade the heat to the kid.
I was just thinking here about this show.
Oh, okay.
We are, and I know this is an Atlanta station, but we are still actually way over a week before we go to Atlanta. This dropped on the 19th, and Atlanta's not till the 2nd. It's like we're ignoring all the other shows. So it gets me thinking that maybe Atlanta was so weak that we really wanted to really pump it up. And there was nothing like getting the Gator Tail Band to get in there to help the crowd. Also, I think that the box of little items that I sent you a few months back has some of those Rock and Roll Express bandanas they were giving out that night in there. So, are you still with me?
Yeah, I'm just listening.
Okay.
You know, you're allowed to talk on this show too. It doesn't have to just be me.
Yeah.
You know, and I realized when I was on vacation down at the beach, why my back had been hurting for so long. Not because I'm morbidly obese. That wasn't it. It's because I've been carrying your ass on this show for years.
Well, better you than somebody else.
Well, I know. And so while I was out of town, I was able to tag in the heir apparent, Mr. Paulie Bromwell, who has been a big help to us. He's been a member of Patreon.
Yep.
Patreon.com/WHW Monday for years.
The founding member.
As we started to sort of blow up adfreeshows.com, we created some opportunities, and he's done more and more, from hosting live events, and now he's filled in. So he filled in with Eric, and he filled in with Kurt Angle, and he filled in with Arn, and he filled in with Jim Ross. And I tried to say, hey man, if you'd like to go ahead and get ahead, we can have Bromwell. And he said, nope, I'll just wait.
Yeah.
Why do you got heat with Bromwell? What did Bromwell do?
I have no heat with Bromwell, but this show is you and me. It's you and me. Okay. It's kind of like, okay, Instead of Felix Unger and the Odd Couple, we're going to bring in James J. Dillon. The fuck? So there. And you were nice enough to come back from that wonderful vacation of yours.
I was in hell.
Make sure that the bathroom downstairs was good and clean, turd free.
Let me tell you what I decided while I was on vacation.
Okay.
First of all, it wasn't my vacation. It was the kids' vacation. They had a great time.
Did they really?
The beach is a wonderful place to be a 17-year-old girl with two other 17-year-old girls, borrowing mom's car to ride up and down the strip in a Range Rover. Wonderful place. So they had a blast. I was in hell. But I'm home, and all's well that ends well. But what I learned was, because normally when we go to the beach, we're able to rent a house. And so then you have your own garage, and you have your own bathroom and your own pool, and you're not competing for parking or elevators or whatever. You can just be yourself without strangers and standing in line and being herded like cattle and all this horse shit.
Yeah, right.
So, but there were none available at literally the last minute. I mean, literally the last minute. So like, the shit started on the 3rd, and I think we booked it on the 2nd.
Wow.
So it was literally the day before. I decided, fuck it. I'm going to buy a place down there. So that way I won't have to figure this out. What am I going to do? Where are we going to go? Where are we going to stay? We'll just go down there. And then I remembered once I got home and I discovered who done it in my bathroom. That ain't a good idea.
Yeah.
I don't need Silva and Casio baking shits in for perhaps weeks at a time before I discover it. I don't need Florida baked shit in my bathrooms.
Can I give you a laundry list of things here?
I would love to hear everything you got. And laundry is a great word too.
Okay. So there's the Conrad Addison.
Yep.
There's a lake house.
Oh, well, okay.
And then there's an airplane. You don't need another place. Okay. Let's just slow the fuck down.
Well, hang on now.
Right. Let's just slow the fuck down right now, big boy.
What if I told you I was going to get rid of the Conrad Addison?
Oh, no.
What do you mean? No,
that's not your home. It's a place. Okay. It's not your home, as you have found out, to letting people shit on the floor in the basement. It is not your home. It's a place. It's got an infinity pool. It's got everything you need. It's got it all. It's got, if you want to party, you can party there. You want to sleep, got places downstairs, got places upstairs you can sleep. You want to watch TV, watch TV. You want to play pool, play pool. Play video games, play video games. Watch a movie in a theater, you can watch a movie in the theater. Go to the bar, go to the bars. A couple of bars there. A couple of smokers there. You want to smoke your meat, okay? It's all there, all right? Got a couple of, and you got, even if you want to, you can shit on the floor there and get away with it. It's not your home, it's a place. So
right.
Don't say we're coming to the end of the Conrad Addison. Bad move. Well, these ladies at ringside are like,
buddy, if you could wake up at the lake, wake up at the ocean, or wake up on a mountain, mountain would be last every time.
I agree. Lois Schiavone wouldn't agree. She loves the mountains
over the ocean and a lake.
Oh, absolutely, she does.
Lois is.
We had a
married you. She's weird.
We had a talk about that just yesterday, I think, and the talk was, okay, sweetheart, you don't like swimming? No, don't like get wet. You don't like the beach? No, I don't like the beach. You don't like going on roller coasters? Don't like going on roller coasters? No, I don't. I said, shouldn't you have warned me of this shit before we got married? And she said, I did. I told you all this shit before I got married. And I said, we got married. I said, well, I was just pussy whipped then, apparently. Which is probably the case. It happens, especially to a young kid out of Virginia. Never even dated a good looking woman before. before I met Lois. So here we are 40 years later, hearing on one end that we're going to get rid of the Conradison. Man. Sad day. It's a sad broadcast.
I'm not selling the fucking house. Come on. I mean, while I was out of town, we remodeled a bathroom downstairs. Not going anywhere.
Out of necessity.
I think you'd like it, by the way.
What, the turd?
No, the little bathroom remodel downstairs. We did the one near the pool.
Oh, really?
And we put a little washer and dryer in there, so now you can wash your swim trunks and towels and all that right in that bathroom off the pool. Some new. I don't know if that's granite or marble.
Yeah.
But anyway, put some new countertops in, and it's an under cabinet washer dryer gimmick. It's kind of cool.
How's the weather been over there?
Phenomenal. It's unseasonably cool. You know, normally by this point in Alabama, as you know, we're in hell. We're at like high 90s, but we're like in the low 80s. So we've had a lot of days where we're in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, and that's just fine by me.
We've had a lot of rain, which I've had enough of. Tully Blanchard gets the win. The national heavyweight champion with a slingshot suplex over a very game, young, and talented Sam Houston. And here it is once again, fans. Let's take a look at the slingshot suplex. That's a hell of a move, man. In slow motion. I like it. Great champion. Oh, boy.
Oh, God, this is not going to be good.
Injury and Crusher Khrushchev, just like I've told everybody, you're looking 100%. I've never seen you in better shape, and I know you're after some satisfaction with those Road Warriors and some more people, too.
Thank you, James. I lied many months in agony and pain, and it wasn't only the Road Warriors I thought about. It was Dusty Rhodes, Magnum TA, Wahoo McDaniel, Ronnie Garvin, and what I thought about was when I get them in the ring, I'm going to take my frustrations out on them, and they can't blame it on me. They can blame it on the Road Warriors and Magnum TA. I bet you're a little nervous by now, being 3 behind Nikita in the series. I know your big dream was to wear the American title around your waist, the United States title. We'll keep on dreaming because Nikita's dream is a reality, and his reality is that he's going to be the first Russian athlete to be wearing the United States title around his waist, and I believe he's going to do it. And when he's all finished and he's got that belt around his waist, he's going to do one thing. And he's going to go for a little bit of revenge like I'm going to do with the Road Warriors. And when I'm all done, we're going to be the 6-man title holders. And when Nikita's done, Magnum TA is going to be out of action.
And we'll be back with more action right after this.
It's just not the same show.
No.
I need the studio to come back. I hate this goddamn Great American Bash Tour. Oh, well, this will be good. We're going to hear Proud to Be American. Let's
I hope.
This should be fun.
Number 1, the premier challenger for the National Heavyweight Championship.
Well, I sure am. You know, I've been going around and around, you know, tape fist, 10 3-minute round, and it's been brutal. And I'm going to tell you, Tully Blanchard can take a punishment. He can take a beating. He's a heck of an athlete. I'll give him that. But I'm going to tell you, I think I can take him. The tape fist match doesn't prove one thing to me is I got his number. And I want more than tape fist match, and I want more than just ordinary match. I want that national title. He's got it around his waist. I had it before. I know what it's like to be the champion.
All right, now, here we just saw a match a few minutes ago with the National Heavyweight Champion, young Sam Houston, and Tully Blanchard in action. I feel like, Ronnie, that you would do it, even though Sam Houston is a great athlete and a tremendous wrestler, you'd wrestle Tully a little different.
Well, I don't want to take anything away from Sam because Sam is great. Sam is, for the short period of time he's been wrestling, he's a young man. He's going to go a long ways in wrestling. But I sure would have done it different. I'm going to tell you, when you fight Tully Blanchard or any champion, I don't care if it's Ric Flair, especially Tully Blanchard. Tully Blanchard don't stop. I don't know if you noticed that. He'll do things. He'll slap you, trying to make you mad. And you know, when you get mad, you lose your cool. And when you lose your cool, you're not thinking right. And that's exactly his tactics. That's exactly the way he goes about his matches, try to make you mad. And you see here, when he got the advantage on Sam Houston, he punished him hard, did a lot of bad things to him. He really went after him. And when he made a mistake, and it was the turn, you'll see it. I've been watching this match with great interest, believe me, because anytime you talk about Tully Blanchard, I'm interested in it because he's got something that I want.
And right here, Sam Houston almost got the pin on him. There it is. But you see wrestling maneuvers, here again, a backslide. Only got a 2 count. It's closed, but believe me, it's not close enough. You see, you got to punish him before you put wrestling moves on him. You got to beat him down. You got to get in that ring and feel like you're a dog. You got to get mad. You got to really get mad like your life depends on it. That's the way I deal with the situation. You know, and I know Sam Houston hasn't been wrestling that long. Experience means a whole lot, especially when you go against a champion like Tully Blanchard, because you can't sell him short. The man is good. He can take a punch. You see here, you can beat on him. This guy's got a lot of determination. He wants to hang on to that belt. It means a lot to him. I know when I had it, I felt the same way. You know, it's your bread and butter. It's your meal ticket. You know, it means a lot of money. It means a lot of prestige, you know, and when you're a champion, you can demand. You know, you're in a driver's seat, sort of, and it's a great position to be in. And believe me, you go out there and you want to hang on to it. Sam Houston right here should have been doing more than just punching him, you know, because, you know, after a while when you punch a man and he's still standing up looking at you, you got to take a different approach. Like right here.
And he's punishing him now that he's got the upper hand.
Just what I said. Tully Blanchard will go after you and he'll try to put you out of wrestling. But right here, he's got his favorite maneuver. And we got the 1, 2, 3, and I believe me, it gets the job done. And I know I've wrestled a man many times. And Tully Blanchard, right now you're in a driver's seat. And when you get to the end of the line, you're going to find out that you lost your position. You were terminated. And I'm going to be the man that's going to terminate you. That's a promise.
All right, fans, there you have it from Ronnie Garvin, and we'll be right back.
Tony, can I give you something to get on your soapbox about?
Yeah.
Did you know that WWE and Peacock are fucking us?
Yeah.
How did you think they were? Oh, wait. This is going to be good.
Magnum, a lesser man would really be discouraged. He would be down. He'd be ready to give up. I know you're not, but Magnum, the wrestling world is wondering, can you come back down 3-0 to big Nikita Koloff?
Well, of course, Bob Kyle, that goes without saying. You know, I'm no quitter. And the people out there that have been following the Bashers that have seen the occurrence of events all know how Nikita Koloff has come to attain all 3 of these victories. There's nothing, and I mean absolutely nothing, for the man to be proud about. And I heard the words of Crusher Khrushchev out here talking about how his comrade was on his way to his highest achievement thus far, the United States Heavyweight Championship. Well, where is Nikita anyways? He's already sitting back planning his future as the United States Heavyweight Champion. He's a long, long way from taking that away from me. Because, see, he made a very, very important mistake. He had me hurt real bad where he should have finished me off completely. Because I told you as long as I had 1 ounce of breath in my body that I would keep coming for you till I took you out. Well, now I'm back 100%. No more injuries. Nothing else holding me back. Nothing between you and I except waiting for that date right there in Atlanta in Fulton County Stadium when you and I'll meet, when I'll start my comeback, when I'll start working my way back up the ladder, because that's what I'm going to do step by step until I draw it even. And then when I draw it even, Nikita, then I'm going to punish you for all the things you've been saying all this time. Punish you for every arrogant word that's ever come out of that commie mouth of yours. Yes, I hold no goodwill towards you. I hold nothing but contempt. And I say it again, as I've said it time and time again. Americans are standing proud and taller than they've ever been. And God bless them. And I'm coming after you to do it my way. Not only are you going to get beat, you're going to get hurt. My style, right there at Fulton County Stadium. That's where it all starts.
And Magnum, all Americans are certainly with you. And fans, let's go to the ring.
How about this? This is going to be a long match, and it's going to be a good one. The Rock and Roll Express taking on Ole and Arn Anderson.
Mm-hmm.
It's good stuff, man. Arn's got his TV belt like he likes it, and here come the Rock and Rolls. I'm sure they're pumping in bullshit music.
Yeah, they are. So what's the soapbox here?
Oh, yeah. So Peacock's fucking us.
Us or just fans in general?
Fans in general.
Yeah, I don't know. You know why?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I know how.
No, you know how, but
I don't know why, but I know how.
Here's why.
Okay.
Because it's not about giving the fans something anymore. It's about how much money you can make and how much money you can give the people who your stockholders You get a big chunk of money. Fuck it. We don't have to worry about it anymore. Fuck it. Give it to them. We got a chunk of money and we'll go on about our business. But what about the fans that loved all the old stuff? Fuck them. We got our money. Fuck them. That's what it's about. Don't think it ain't.
Don't think it ain't.
Don't think it ain't. It is, he says. Also, I've got a feeling here. Magnum TA's interview was great, as always.
Always.
Here I've got a feeling. Okay. I'm starting to realize, maybe not. We go on the air on TBS on April 4th, around that time, 1985, early April. I don't know if it was the 4th or not. We have 1985, great stuff. 1986, as you mentioned, we've mentioned the greatest year in JCP. But it seemed like and maybe it'll pick up steam, I don't know. But it seemed like once we got to the Great American Bash, it started to wane. And then 87 came around and the purchase of Watts. I just wonder if the Great American Bash and the Super Summer Sizzler Tour, for as wonderful as they were back then, are the beginning of the turning points for this promotion.
Great American Bash is for sure. This tour, I mean, listen, the Super Summer Sizzler Tour sold out everywhere they went.
Right.
Great American Bash did not.
Right.
As a matter of fact, let's run through some.
Okay.
So, $28,000 at the gate for this TV taping. The next day we're in Richmond, Virginia. It is a bash event.
Yeah.
$115,000 at the Richmond Coliseum.
Okay.
It'll be Dusty and Magnum TA teaming with Baby Doll to take on the Midnight Express and Jim Cornette in a cage. And Jim would write, the bash headlined by the above main event drew an all-time gate record for the state of Virginia, which would last for a week. Baltimore, Maryland. The next day on the 19th is not a bash show, but they do $106,000 at the gate. It's a house show with about 10,000 fans. The next day they're in Greensville, South Carolina. They've got 62,000 fans there. It's a sellout. And Jim would say the event drew a sellout, 6,000, paying $62,000 to break the all-time gate record set 2 weeks earlier. The next day, you guys are in Fayetteville, North Carolina. This is the 21st at the Cumberland County Arena. This is a bash event. It does $104,750. It's sold out. And then we did Freedom Hall 2 days later, after a little stop in Greenwood for a TV taping. And that's $101,000. It's a sellout, another main event, 6,000 plus fans, and a record. Now, here's the thing. I'm sure a lot of you are listening and thinking, well, boy, if this was the turning point, this is the beginning of the end, how's that possible if they're sold out? They sold out the arena shows.
Right.
Struggled in the stadiums. And they overspent on talent. And I'm not meaning talent, AKA the boys, because everybody knows they just fucked the boys on the payoffs, which is why Arn's going to leave in a couple of years.
Right.
No big deal. But you're not going to fuck Waylon Jennings.
No, nor George Jones, nor David Allen Coe, because he'll pull a gun on you. Yeah, you're right. They spent a lot of money. And so, yeah, that's a good point. As you can see, the fans, this is old Mid-Atlantic territory. The fans are into all this stuff. And,
look at them wearing rock and roll shirts. That's rare.
Yeah, and that it is rare because obviously we never promoted it, and we could have. It disturbs me to see that many times. Look at Ole. He comes in all cool, slows down, points, runs his mouth. But yeah, but even more than money wise, it just seemed like maybe, I don't know, maybe the TV shows are going to pick up, but boy, this one's not good. And I don't know. Maybe they'll pick up next week. I don't know.
So, but Peacock's fucking us.
Okay, so tell me how Peacock's fucking us.
Last weekend, we were supposed to be treated on the 4th of July weekend. We were supposed to be treated with a Lex Luger focused documentary.
Yeah.
they have like an icons program.
Yeah.
And they were going to tell his whole story with
Right.
lots of behind the scenes footage and never
Oh.
before seen photographs and updated
Mhm.
interviews and whatnot. And they promoted it like the devil. They even had Lex Luger all over social media every week or every day leading up to that,
Mm-hmm.
that air date. And he's quote tweeting it and talking about it and promoting it like crazy. And I got to admit, I was getting fired up about it. We had just recently done a profile on him for Grilling JR. And I'm like, man, this will be great. Because I
Right.
think he is misunderstood. I think a lot of fans treat him unfairly for things that, you know, were really other people's decisions. Anyway, it didn't air. They announced the morning of it won't be airing.
What?
And I'm like, wait a minute, what? And so then I started thinking, you remember Vlad, the super fan who was at all the WWF shows in
Yes.
the Northeast? Well, they did a whole documentary on him.
Uh-huh.
And it was the very talented Giancarlo, who used to do a lot of really fun promos for Game Changer Wrestling and Joey Janela. You probably saw some of the stuff. It was really creative. And then he went to work for the WWE and he did stuff like the whole Tom McGee lost tape 2.5 years ago or whatever that was. And so I'm thinking, man, this will be badass. And I think Jeff Jarrett was interviewed for it and the whole Vlad thing. It never aired. So I thought, wait a minute, what happened with that? Well, now for the last 10 days or so, they've been promoting that on July 11th, just a couple of days after Kevin Nash's birthday, just a couple of days after the NWO became a thing and Hulk Hogan turned heel, they're going to air his sit-down interview with Stone Cold Steve Austin as part of the Broken Skull sessions. And as you know, Kevin Nash is a witty, charming, funny, I mean, he's one of the boys with a capital B. And I thought, man, him just drinking and cutting up and talking to Austin, that's going to be good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Ran at my house today. So I'm thinking I can't go downstairs and do any more DNA tests on the turds.
Mm-hmm.
I can't go outside and swim. It's raining. I guess I could, but I'm not a fucking goof. So I guess I'll do this show with you. I'll yell at my wife to make breakfast. I'm kidding. She's already doing that. And then I'll watch that.
Mm-hmm.
It's not airing today. The WWE has decided they're not going to air documentaries for some reason. And they're not saying they're canceling them. They're just postponing them. But the reality-based stuff, I'm not sure what's going on. And yes, I could text Bruce, but you know what? I'm not gonna. That's not what guys like me and you do. Never do I text you and say, hey man, is Andrade debuting tonight? I don't ask that. I'm not doing that.
Sure.
So I'm not going to text and ask that, but I am going to sit here on social media and on our show and stomp my foot and say, what the fuck, WWE? Give me my Kevin Nash thing. Give me my Vlad the Superfan thing. Give me my fucking Lex Luger thing.
Right.
Now, here's the thing. I wouldn't have been upset if you hadn't have promoted it.
Right.
You ran these commercials. You put the tweets out. You gave me a date. You gave me a time. And then I go there and it's not fucking there. It's disappointing.
It's bad for business, buddy.
You've mismanaged my expectations.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like you tell me there's nothing better than being at WWE Dynamite. And then I looked it up. I can't even buy tickets to WWE Dynamite, Tony.
Yeah, I know you can't.
I can't buy tickets.
I know, because cocksuckers can't buy tickets. So, but here's the deal. Oh man, come back with some heat going on. Here's the deal. It's like back in this era that we're watching right now when Jim Crockett promoted so-and-so in your main event and he wouldn't show up. And that's what you came for. And you didn't get what was advertised. That's the worst thing you can do, Conrad, in wrestling. You don't give them what's advertised. Now, the match itself, or in this case, the documentary, you sit down and you watch it and maybe you were disappointed in it or you were disappointed in the match. It didn't live up to your expectations. That happens. But that's not as bad as sitting down to watch it and say, oh, by the way, it ain't here. That's the worst thing you can do in wrestling. The worst. So there you go. Bad business. And you know what? They don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. I knew that from the get-go. Once they got on the Peacock, I knew they didn't give a fuck.
Because they doubled their money?
Yes. And that's all it was about. That's all it was about. Yeah, that's discouraging to hear that. Maybe they'll have it soon. No word about when it's going to come. Oh, by the way, we're going to delay it a month. Or there's some problems with production. Or the producer who's doing it didn't do what we want. I don't know. They just said we're not going to air it, right? That's it.
I don't know. It's just not airing. I wish I had more answers, but you know, it's not managing expectations.
No, it's terrible. But anyway, they got to live with that stuff, but they can because there's so much money coming in that it doesn't matter what you do. Money's just flying in because you now have become bigger than the product yourself.
Yeah.
Still got a hell of a match going on here, guys. Fans are into this.
Let me give you a spoiler. It's a TV match, so you know what the finish is, right?
Yeah, there's no finish.
It's a fucking draw.
Draw or DQ or something.
It's a 30-minute draw, dude.
Oh.
We're going to watch this for 30 minutes, and there's not going to be a winner. And the deal is, here's the thing. If I don't know it's going to be a draw, I'm going to watch it a little more intently, sure.
Uh-huh.
But when it's a draw, I'm still going to be disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
But when I go into a match like this, knowing, it's a 30-minute draw, let me tell you what that makes me want to do. Not watch it at all.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I understand that I should still be interested in the moves they're doing and the storytelling and the athleticism. I get all that. I'm fucking not. I want to hear promos. I want to see squashes.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you've convinced me this show is. And it's the reason I tune in every Saturday at 6:05. But if every time two big talents are going to come out there, it's going to be a 30-minute draw, and I just don't care anymore.
Okay. Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Us sitting here in 2021.
Yeah.
We have that perspective. But if you're a fan back in 1986.
No, they don't have phones or nothing. I mean, Lord.
No,
they needed a brassiere.
Yeah. Again.
We should rewind that and watch that again. That's better than whatever we're watching in the ring.
No, here's what I'm saying is
shout out to the really talented Crockett, Mr. Jackie Crockett.
Yeah, he'll find
He made sure to find her, get an ISO shot of her.
Yeah.
There you go. He knew. And I got to wonder, did Klondike give him the Iggy on that, you think?
It would not surprise me.
Section D, row L, 817.
Yeah, I wonder if she's got any panties on. Yeah.
She's got a black tank top on. They're all over the place. The dogs are roaming the boys are out. The boys are back in town. She calls them the boys.
And they're big boys. They're overgrown. No, here, let me ask you this. So we're watching in 2021, and that's how we feel about it. But if you're a fan in 1986 and you hear all these promos all the time about the Anderson say how they're going to do this and do that and how they're going to hurt people and they're the best in the world, and the Rock and Roll Express says, bring it on, bring it on. And you hear these promos for weeks and weeks, and you just see squash matches. And now you tune in and you say, oh my God, they're going to wrestle each other. You're going to watch it.
Yeah.
And you're going to be drawn into it. And when it's a 30-minute time limit draw, you're going to go, damn it, they'll get them next time. It's just perspective now. Our perspective is different. But back then this was a big deal, buddy.
You see Mark Miro doing shooting star presses over the weekend?
Shooting star presses. No.
Huh.
Conrad.
He did them.
You do know I'm not on social media at all.
How about this? I don't know that we've talked about this. I deleted social media from my phone.
Oh boy, something big must have happened.
No, just got tired.
Yeah, it wears you fucking out.
You know, just every time you log in, somebody's complaining about something else.
Yeah, it wears you fucking out.
It's like, okay, man, that's enough.
It's gonna, when this country is belly up, which may be sooner than later, it's going to go back in history, and social media will be one of the worst things that's ever happened in this country.
Look at that guy. That guy's got life figured out.
Yes, he does, buddy.
Sitting cross-legged in the front row. Can't do that in the second row. That's why I paid extra for the front row. Got my jeans like I like it. Got my Magnum PI shirt on. Got my Magnum TA mustache.
Mm-hmm.
Got my hand on the knee to this lady to my left, hoping she sees enough Ricky Morton, gets worked up, lets me try to do some thumb stuff. Hey, let me ask you.
Yeah. Hey.
I'm not sure because sometimes things run together.
Mm.
You and I talk about so much random, varied shit.
Mm-hmm.
Have you Have you and I discussed wives and thumbs?
Yes.
Have you had a change of heart about that?
No.
Okay. All right.
My life is much different than yours.
What does that mean?
In this home,
Yes.
we are senior citizens.
Right.
That'll tell you all you need to know. And my wife is 6 years older than me.
What's wrong with that? My wife's 7 years older than me.
Well, back then it wasn't, but now it is.
Oh my God. Did I just become Tony Schiavone and didn't know it?
You sure did.
Why did you not tell me about this?
You know, you got to find things out on your own. You got to walk downstairs and check out the turds yourself sometimes.
You should have helped me with this.
I wish I could have, but well, I tried to. I didn't show up for your wedding.
Sure.
I tried. I said, nope. No, I'm staying. I can't do it. I cannot. In my heart of hearts, I cannot show up for that wedding knowing that he is marrying an older woman. I can't do that. I can't show up knowing that he's going to become me.
Well, here's the weird part about the whole thing. You didn't tell me that, but you did say after I was done and I was married and I had a ring and all that, you were like, the next one will be younger. And I was like, what? And you were like, yeah.
Wasn't for me. Of course, when I got married,
I don't think this one's going to let there be a next one. She like watches me sleep.
Yeah.
She's ready. You know?
Well, yeah, when I got married, there was, I was broke, unlike you.
What?
Isn't it amazing? And I got to thinking about this at your birthday party, that when Lois and I got married, less than a month later, you would be born. Isn't that something?
Isn't that wild?
Yeah. And Chris Schiavone's wife, same way. She just recently had her birthday.
Now, wait a minute. Do you want to tell everybody about your grandkids who are slinging meals now?
Well, I've got little Lizzie who works. She actually is a hostess at this restaurant. I thought she was a server, but she's a hostess. I found out because she can't serve. She's not of age as of yet to be able to serve.
Hang on now. You told me you had to reschedule our taping.
I did, and I went to see her. And
no. You told me you were going to go give her a big tip.
I did give her a big tip.
She's the hostess.
But that doesn't matter to me.
You gave the hostess a tip?
Of course, if she's your granddaughter.
You're fucking Mark. You don't do that.
Okay.
Little tip the hostess, unless you're trying to get a table. She gets you a good table?
Yep.
Was there a line and she let you cut the line?
There was a line, but when our turn was up, she said, I've already got a table for you. I went, that's my girl. She made you wait in line. Yeah.
I'd have tore the bill in half I was giving her. And I'm like, I'll be back next time and I better have a table and I'll give you the other half. The fuck?
It's because you're a big shot and I'm not.
Well, I mean,
when you go out to eat in Huntsville, they freaking line up at the door.
They do.
Yep. When I go out to eat in Atlanta, they say, oh, you guys again.
Well, because here's the thing, as you know, when I go out, I'm usually bringing a crew.
Yes.
So it's not me. It's like me and 5 guys, and they're like, this is going to be a good bill.
Yeah. And one of them's going to go back and shit on my floor, by the way.
Yeah, probably.
We got to roast his ass for that one.
I mean, I thought we kind of did on the show here today. Yeah,
we did. I roasted his ass earlier because by about Thursday, I think was, maybe Friday, he sent me the cover art for this episode.
Yeah.
And I went, why are you working ahead? Why don't you send it to me right at the last minute?
Like always.
Yeah, like always. He went, ha, 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 I hate you.
Oh.
That was his response.
Well, that worked.
Yeah, it worked for him. I'm going to randomly right now text him a picture of a turd. Okay.
Maybe just do the poop emoji.
Yeah, maybe that'd be it. The poop, that'd be easy.
The poop emoji.
The poop emoji. It's something, isn't it?
I haven't seen a lot of people shit on my floor, you know?
No, yeah, I was just saying that in this day and age, Apple would let the poop emoji be a part of their
Be a thing.
emojis. Yeah. Because I thought, they didn't want to offend anybody talking about poop. Although everybody does. Man, that lady in the front row, that very thin lady, she has been into everything. Okay, so I send that to Dave. There's Dave Silva. And let me find a poop emoji. Do you type in poop?
Yep.
There it is, poop.
Found it.
Got it. I just sent it to him. So let's see if he gets it.
So did you see Conor McGregor broke his leg over the weekend?
Yeah, I heard you say that.
Did you see the image?
No, I did not see the image. Did you see our buddy Dan get beat up by Lance Archer?
I did.
Dan. He responded.
Oh, really? What did he say?
Oh God, ...
Oh, he doesn't know. He's playing dumb. Or is that him saying he does know?
Yeah, it's saying
like,
he doesn't.
They found it.
And now the next one, I'm going to send him the toilet emoji.
And
then I'm going to type in, they go together. They go together. Okay. And that's all I'm going to say to him the rest of the day.
Okay.
So it was a bad break. The ankle was a bad break.
Oh yeah. One of the worst you could ever see.
Yeah. Don't watch it.
Why are you anti-UFC?
I don't have an interest in it.
What does that mean?
I don't enjoy watching it.
They do pro wrestling better than a lot of pro wrestling does it.
I don't care.
You don't like stories and fights and combat and entertainment?
I like what we do.
All right, let me ask you this. What if I told you Conor McGregor did a Meltzer driver? Would you watch then?
I'd be interested to see how he did it. Yeah.
Fucking goof.
Doesn't it take two to do a Meltzer driver?
Yeah. Makes you curious, doesn't it? What did he say? I heard it come back.
He sent me an emoji back of Winnie the Pooh eating honey out of the honey pot.
So he's going to eat the shit?
I don't know what that means.
Sounds like he's going to eat the shit.
That's what I guess.
But you shouldn't eat the shit.
Okay. Maybe when I said they go together, he was saying like honey and a honey. I don't know. Okay, so anyway, there it is. Rolls him up. Get him. 1, 2. Oh, he kicked out. Must be a time limit draw coming up.
Hey, while we're waiting on the time limit draw to hit, I feel like we need some questions answered here.
Okay.
Did you get that new Range Rover?
I did not.
What's the holdup on that?
Let me tell you what the holdup is.
Okay.
I got in touch with the Range Rover people.
Oh, you really did this?
Yes.
Okay.
And they asked me about my car that I have that has 23,000 miles on it.
Here comes the low ball.
Uh-huh. And they said it appraises for 30,000.
Oh, well, that's a good number.
Yeah. I said, well, I still owe 39 on mine. So my text was, thank you very much. I won't be getting a Range Rover today. And I didn't hear back from them.
Huh.
So I'll just wait till I pay this down a little bit more. That's all. And then I'll get it.
You know, I figured at your age and your level of income, you just been writing checks for cars. I mean, you got that sweet Tony kind of money.
At my age, I'm also realizing that not too far down the hallway here is a lot of bills for health. And so I need to put it away. And I'm putting away a lot of money. I really am. So.
Oh, hashtag humble brag.
Well, I am. I'm putting away. All right, I'm putting away. Yeah.
Well, no, you don't get to start a sentence and not finish.
Yeah.
Go ahead and finish the sentence, Tony.
No, I'm putting away money instead of taking everything that I do and buying something, drum kit, Peloton. I'm
like you have.
I'm putting money away every week. And so
that makes you feel good.
that does make me feel good.
Good. Well, that's what it's for.
Wait a minute. Did they win? Oh, no. Time limit draw. There you go. That's Tommy's.
And this match is going to be considered a draw by referee Tommy Young.
And what a match it was! The Rock and Roll Express against the Andersons.
I don't know what you're thinking. Wait a minute, Conrad. Didn't you say earlier that there was another match? There is.
Television, my Midnight Express going to get in that ring and defend the World Tag Team title against America's team, Dusty Rhodes and Magnum TA. And you know, I've been coming out here for a long time saying the Midnight Express were the greatest. And everybody said the Rock and Roll Express, they'll never take the belts from them. And I said we would, and we did. Then everybody said, well, the Road Warriors, they'll take the belts off the Midnight Express. I said they wouldn't, and they didn't. Then everybody said America's team, they'll be the ones to win the titles from the Midnight Express. I said they wouldn't, and they didn't. And the bottom line, regardless of all the controversy, you talk about interference, whatever you want to talk about. Every top team in professional wrestling has gotten in the ring with the Midnight Express, had the chance umpteen times to take the belts and hadn't done it. And America's team, in just a few minutes, you're going to get your chance, but you're not going to get the job done. We'll be back in just a minute.
So coming up, it's going to be a big one, and I like that they're keeping you hanging, but I really wish we would have seen more of this and less of some of those godforsaken matches earlier.
I agree because if you look at the time now, what's remaining, and we've got about 5 minutes.
You're going to see 2 minutes of the match, and then we got to go. It's a bullshit routine.
Yeah. Like those belts, though, buddy.
Hey, real quick, I want to read this from Jim's book here.
Okay.
The 1986 Great American Bash Tour finished with these numbers on the board. 14 Bash events, grossing over $1.9 million, with 9 gate records set and 2 sellouts. Non-Bash events in the month drew about 575,000, with 4 gate records and 6 sellouts, for a month's total of $2,500,000 gross, 13 gate records, 8 sellouts, over 30 events. The Midnight Express and Jim Cornette earned $22,960 each for the month of July alone, so Vince McMahon was starting to seem much less important. Speaking of competition, on the contractual front, things were looking up for the Express and JC there as well. Their May visit to Connecticut had reached the ear of Jim Crockett, who had promptly offered their first contract they ever signed with a wrestling promoter, a 3-year deal for a minimum of $100,000 per year, no matter what the houses on or their spot on the card, with 1 week all expenses paid vacation to the destination of their choosing. The Midnight Express were making twice as much as their guarantee at that point, but the long-term security and annual vacations made them a lot more comfortable. Since they were still not 3 years removed from some $300 weeks in Memphis, they were where they could have been given 2 weeks notice at any time. These contracts were signed on June 20th, 1986, and coming out of the Bash Tour, the Midnight Express were prepared for another run with the Rock and Roll and the biggest one-night payday of their lives to come with the Road Warriors. So I just found it fascinating that he broke down how successful it was as a month, $2.5 million at the gate, all told through the month of July, that they made $22,000 each, but that they were offered a contract based on them having this meeting with with Vince McMahon in May, of $100,000 a year. And the thing that stuck out the most to me is it was regardless of the house, regardless of the spot on the card. Wait a minute. I thought 10 years after this is when Scott Hall and Kevin Nash claimed to invent guaranteed contracts. Well, if that's true, how are we getting a guaranteed amount of money regardless of the house and regardless of the spot on the card? How's that happening?
Somebody bullshitting somebody.
And Baby Doll is coming in the ring here, and so is Jim Cornette. Let's track it.
She's a nice little woman. Here they go!
Cornette, she's gonna jack your jaw. Here we go, we start. There's the ring. Beautiful Bobby. He's going nowhere to go.
Bobby knew how to feed him, buddy. God.
So they're going to run out of time here. You're going to send us out of here momentarily.
Yeah.
And I know we sort of mocked this, that we would have liked to have seen more of this, but I got to admit, since we know that the bash show this same night, or the very next bash, is going to be this 3-way dance or the 6-man tag team rather, of Dusty, Magnum, and Dahl against Midnights and Jim Cornette. Like, I love that hey man, we're going to tease it now and then we'll pay it off, but you got to buy a ticket.
Yeah.
But I just feel like on commentary, a lower third, a graphic, there should have been something. Come see this, they're in 6-man action tonight and whatever.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah. No. Didn't think about that, did we?
This is the era though. And perhaps it's happening on the commercials and they're just not here, but we would see, cause I mean, it was a Crockett thing this Saturday night and so, it's me and you, such and such, whatever. Let my family save your family some cash. You don't need perfect credit. You don't need money out of your pocket, but we will save you money. It's not a matter if, it's a matter of how much. SaveWithConrad.com. But it's not here for the bash. Like, to me, the big payoff would be, yeah, I love Magnum. Yeah, I love Dusty. God damn, I got to see Cornette and Baby Doll.
Yeah. And that's why here in 2021, we're talking about a promotion that used to be.
Yeah. And I blame you as
you always do. I know. But the flip side is that no one is shit on my, the floor of my bathroom.
Well, but your thumbs smell great too. So, take the good with the bad. Well, looking at my clock, Tony, I realize it's about that time.
Ladies and gentlemen, coming to the ring right now is Dave Silva. Of course, you expected after this show for Dave Silva to come to the ring. And why not? And oh my God, he's got a turd hanging out of his ass. Oh, and he's got a honey pot. And he looks like a big Pooh Bear scooping honey with his hand out of the honey pot with a turd hanging out. Dave Silva is a big turd teddy bear. And we're desperately out of time. Silva, shit in the commode. We'll see you next week on What Happened When. We come to you on Wednesdays on Cumulus. And Mondays we come to you on
the internet. It's usually patreon.com/WHW Monday. And I think there's another website, adfreeshows.com. And I hope everybody shits in the water.
Patron!
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.